Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Alaracanfield show, the Awaken to Happiness Now global series. Thank you so much for being here with us today. And I'm so excited. We have a brand new guest on the show today. Riana Arendse is with us today, and we are going to be talking about healing the pain body and moving from pain to perspective with the highest order of angels, the Seraphim. So Riana is going to be doing a live Q&A, general question Q&A, and as well, there's going to be a short, 15-minute process, so a mini initiation, so I'm looking forward to that as well. So part of what we're going to talk about today is we're going to get an understanding of the purpose of the pain body and the importance of healing it. And for many millennia, we have been dealing with this concept of time in certain ways, but now it's time to start dealing with time in a different way, and how to go beyond clearing, processing, and healing to a life that is created from your soul's abundance, consciously designed by you. And Riana is going to share about freeing herself from the matrix limitations and claiming yourself as the creators, and why claiming yourself as the creator is an important aspect on your journey, and how this frees you from the shackles of victimhood that keeps you in the matrix. And we've all done it. We still do it, right? And we're going to learn the importance of shifting your perspective in every given moment in order to attain the higher levels of truth, and how one can do this easily. We're going to learn about and be initiated and mentored by the highest order of angels, the Seraphim, and accelerate your spiritual journey. So today we're going to be getting a mini initiation, and Riana is going to be doing live Q&A. So there's so much to do. There's so much to experience. So I want you all to just open up your hearts and join me in welcoming Riana to the show for the first time. So Riana, welcome.
Yay, thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here. Like the entire day, I've been so jittery. I've been feeling the energies already. The portal has opened, I must say. So everyone that is listening to this now and in the replay, whenever if you in subconsciously or consciously give your intention, you will receive what you need in this very moment today. So I'm absolutely excited. Thank you, Alara, for having me.
And so Riana, as we were talking earlier, I was telling you how, I was so excited to work with you and get to know you and your energy, that I had actually purchased your package back in February from a different show from Monsef, and at that time, everybody knows how busy I've been, so I couldn't finish all the recordings and all the pieces of the package, but I absolutely love it. And the energies are fantastic. And, I was already intrigued by you before you came on today. So I was hoping you could share with us a little bit about your story, how you started on the healing journey. You don't have to go into detail, of course, but we all have our stories about how we started and how we came to be the healers that we are now. So can you just share a little bit about your journey?
Absolutely. So my journey has been, I would say, in short, an incessant cycle of suffering ever since I can remember. I had a very dark past. I remember from a very young age, I was very empathic. So I would feel energies quite deeply. I never really knew that I had gifts or abilities. I never knew that I was very sensitive. I never knew what it was. I just knew I was different. I didn't know how to harness it. I didn't know how to use it. To me, it felt like I was cursed. But up until, I would say, age 5 or 6, I think, my life had sort of taken a more drastic turn, and that is when I experienced years of sexual trauma, sexual abuse throughout my life up until my early 20s. This was, experiences with people that I knew, people that I didn't know. It was almost as if that was the theme of my life. And I couldn't understand why these things was happening to me. I remember so many times wanting to take my own life, wanting to die completely. I was suffering. And the funny thing about it is that nobody knew. I kept the face. I went to school, went to my jobs, faced my family, but no one knew a single thing about what I had endured from such a young age because of the level of shame that I had. I always thought it was my fault. Even in my adolescence, up until my early adulthood, I don't even, right now, I don't think I've ever told my parents. They probably will, if they listen to one of the shows, they'll find out, but they still don't know about my past. But yeah, so after school, I left school, I began my first job. I always had these questions within my mind, and I couldn't understand what the purpose of life was. I mean, I looked at people going to the 9 to 5 jobs, working tirelessly day in, day out, seeming miserable. I thought to myself, what is the goal of my life? Is it just to have a job, earn money, and that's it? I couldn't understand. And I remember going to my jobs and I hated it so much. I did not love any part of having a job. And I did it anyway because my father at the time told me, you need to find a job, you need to earn an income. And so I needed to contribute to the family's income. And I did it anyway. And I didn't listen to my inner guidance. I conformed to what I was taught, to what I was conditioned to believe, what was expected from me. And so I became something that I was not, and I was suffering. Eventually, the suffering led me to ask very, very deep questions. And I decided to seek out a psychic or intuitive or a reader. And this was in my early 20s. I remember by this time I'd worked my way up and I became a bank manager. But I was still so unhappy. I was earning a good income, still very, very, very unhappy, silently suffering with all these traumas. And I went to see this lady, the psychic, and the first thing she told me, she said, Riana, your healing hands will lead you into the direction of healing. And I was like, do you mean literally my healing hands, or is that metaphorically? And she said both. And that sat with me for a while, for a few days. But it gave me a little glimpse of hope. There's something in me telling me, there must be something more here, more to this. And a few days later, I was on the internet. I was browsing, I was Googling how to stop smoking because I was smoking at the time. And I came across this website called Healing Hands. And it was actually an academy that would train people to become certified hypnotherapists and NLP practitioners. And I thought to myself, this must be a sign. And I decided to enroll. I became a certified hypnotherapist. I became an NLP practitioner. I studied psychology, but still, I was still searching. I was still seeking. Just when I thought I had my future planned out, I was going to be a hypnotherapist and help people, psychology, the universe up-leveled me again. And so I had another reading a while after that with a beautiful lady who is a dear friend of mine now. She said, Riana, immediately when I connect into your energy, it's almost as if you are a dolphin that was thrown into a bowl with goldfish and you were told to deal with it. And for the first time in my life, I realized that was exactly how I felt my entire life. It's almost as if I didn't belong. I stuck out like a sore thumb. I never fit in. I was always the black sheep in the family. I just never fit in, but I was forced to deal with what I came in. I was forced to deal with what was imposed upon me. And it's like I had no choice. I couldn't break free. I couldn't be liberated. I couldn't find that freedom. And I remember that my greatest desire was just to be free. I just wanted to feel absolute liberation, absolute freedom, because I never knew how that felt. I always felt entrapped. And so after that reading with this lady, I had then dived more into energy healing and I became a Reiki master. And so I started working with clients and energy work and things like that. But I still did not have a full awakening. I still was very much asleep. I was still very focused in the third dimension. And one day, after a couple of months, I think, I was standing in my room, and it felt as if I had just dropped into the earth, like I had just dropped within my body into a different dimension. That's how it felt. It's like I just was swallowed in by the earth. And in that moment, it's almost as if, it's difficult to explain, but it's almost as if I had this instant download or this instant knowing of who I was, who I am, and who we all are. I could see from a higher perspective the roles we were all playing. And all of these experiences that we have was truly just meant to wake us up in remembering who we are, and then begin to embody that. That was my awakening moment, when I realized and I remembered truly that we are eternal beings. I was shocked, I was overwhelmed, but I felt home. And in that moment, I felt absolutely free. And I suddenly thought to myself, oh no, now that you are aware of the truth, now that you have woken up, I realized that I could no longer live the life that I was living. I could no longer live a life that was filled with lies, untruths, illusion, suffering. I could no longer live that life. And I had committed myself to unbecoming everything that was untrue. I isolated myself for 3 years. I went to my day job. I came back home, isolated myself, sat with myself. I worked on healing myself, different modalities, different processes I took myself through until things were healed. I sat with my shadows, I sat with my traumas for 3 years, and I'd healed almost all of my blockages in that period of time. Shortly after that, I remember I had accessed higher states of consciousness through my meditations. And in this one experience, I remember seeing this bright light coming towards me during this meditation. And it was a majestic dragon, a white dragon with pearlescent scales. And it was so huge, so gigantic, that I couldn't actually see the full shape of it, because it was sort of going in and out of view. It was a bit hazy. But as it came towards me, it minimized itself a little bit, but it was still very, very large. And I was shown where my soul originates from, as a seraphim. And even after that, I was shown other incarnations as other beings as well. But basically, I was approached and commissioned by the seraphim to step more fully into my purpose, into my power, and to basically bring forward this program, the Seraphim program. And that is basically how the program was birthed. This was just after I had released my book, You Are the Creator. And funny enough, the title of my book, You Are the Creator, speaks a lot about claiming yourself as creator. It speaks a lot about claiming it so that you can take your power back, so that you can elevate your vibration to a higher truth. And when I had encountered the Seraphim, I realized that their message was almost exactly the same. They want us to remember and become aware and truly claim ourselves as creator embodied in form. Because the main reason for this is because when we limit ourselves to small notions, to small titles, to small notions of self, then we limit the magnitude of who we truly are. Then we cannot truly experience all the potentials, all the possibilities, all the probabilities for ourselves. And so when we claim the truth of who we are, we begin to shift our vibration to a higher octave. We automatically shift our frequency to a much higher frequency. And when I asked why is it important to claim ourselves as creator, I was told, because that is who you are. That is the truth of who you are. And the name or the identity that we have chosen for ourselves in this life is not the identity of our soul. That the true essence of our soul must be claimed. And as we claim ourselves as that, we immediately begin raising our vibrational frequency, and our journey will begin to unfold more quickly. And I realized that if we do not do this, if we continue to limit ourselves, we will never experience the magnitude of who we are. And so as I went through my healing journey even further, I always brought my awareness back to that, to the eternal nature of my being, just by the awareness of it. And because when you claim something as truth, it becomes a knowing. And when it becomes a knowing, it becomes a belief. And when it becomes a belief, you begin to embody that in word, in thought, and in deed. And that alone can shift eons of trauma, eons of limiting beliefs that we have stored within ourselves. And so really, this is just a small example of what the Seraphim Order program is really about. It really is an ascension blueprint for us on our journey, and it really does accelerate our journey when we decide and we commit ourselves to this path. I know I'm supposed to keep that short, but it sounds like I've been speaking for hours.
Oh, no, that was beautiful, and thank you so much for sharing your story. And I can see so many similarities between your story and my story. It's like, oh my goodness, yes. You know, soul sister, definitely.
Yes.
Right? So thank you. I'm glad you shared. So, you know, part of, you know, what we're talking about today is the pain body, right? And when we're talking about the pain body, it's not just the physical body, but it's the physical, emotional, mental, spiritual body, right? And
yes.
And you know, we are all, you know, we all have pain, you know, within that we're healing still, right? So and it's important to heal that so that we can, again, like you were just saying, to raise our vibration, to raise our frequency, to really embody the magnificence of who we are, right?
Absolutely. And so, you know, when I usually speak about the pain body, like you said, I refer to any aspect within your being, whether it's a blockage, a trauma, a belief, something inherited, something created in this life, anything that is keeping you or preventing you from actually stepping into that full embodiment, that I would refer to as the pain body. So anything that is limiting you, whether it's physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, anything that is limiting you is what I refer to as the pain body. And so the pain body is really emphasized here because for many of us on the spiritual journey, we sort of are in split realities, meaning that we're running a third and fifth dimensional split in our experiences, where our higher selves, or I would say our top chakra centers, upper chakras, are sort of operating at a higher frequency, but our lower chakras are still not effectively anchored into the fifth dimensional way. And so how we would see this in our external reality is that if you are struggling to manifest a desire, if you're struggling to see the changes within your external life, but you've been on the spiritual path for quite some time, that is indicative of the lower three chakras. When the lower three chakras are still not integrated, still anchored in the third density, or still linked to any traumas or beliefs, then we'll find that we are still struggling to manifest or to still see the results in our external reality. And what we want to do is we want to bring harmony to all of our centers. We want to align our lower centers and raise those frequencies and clear it out completely so that we can fully anchor in that higher frequency of our multidimensional selves. And so this program, the Seraphim Order program, the first 3 codes, I believe the first 3 codes is really focused on the pain body, because that is sort of, it deals with the physical, emotional, and mental blockages. And it also deals with any subconscious limiting beliefs. Now, in saying that, it's not just the beliefs and the blockages we have here in this lifetime, but it also focuses on any way that any aspect of you still exists that has any remnants of that trauma, any remnants of that block, of that belief that is still active. We release it on a multidimensional level with the program. And so in order for us to truly accelerate our journey, to fully embody our higher selves, we really need to clear out all of those densities, all of those conditioned ways of being. Because if you think of the first 21 years of our lives, that 21 years is where our first 3 chakras are created. The first 7 years is the root. The second 7 years, or the 7 to 14 years, are the sacral, and then the 14 to 21 years is where our solar plexus are being created. And for a lot of us, it's created on false programming, on a what do you say, on an unstable foundation. So imagine you are completely connected to spirit with your higher chakras, but your lower chakras are, the foundation of it is very unstable. Then when we project ourselves into the world, we will sort of present ourselves in a distorted way. We will not be in our full embodiment. There will be still, what's the word? There will be a distortion or an imbalance in the way that we show up in the world. So the pain body, specifically the lower 3 chakras, is what we would focus on when we do our healing. And that's what the first 3 codes are really about. That's really about facing your shadows and releasing those traumas from ages 0 to 21, whether it was created here, past life, whether it was inherited, doesn't matter. If it's in your field, if it's connected to you, it must go. Because in order for you to cross the threshold into that new paradigm, into that new life, into that multidimensional self, we cannot take the old with us. Everything that is untrue must go. We can no longer live in the past. We must learn, not in addition to healing, we must also learn to master ourselves. This is one thing that that really played a big part in my healing journey, was learning to master myself in terms of becoming really aware of what I was thinking, what my habitual patterns were on a day-to-day basis, what the relationships I was having was mirroring to me. Whenever I was triggered, I would process that emotion. Yes, I would sit with that shadow, I would sit with that emotion, but I would after that bring my awareness back and ask myself, okay, so what is my father or what is my partner mirroring to me here? What is still unhealed within my field that is not in alignment with my soul's truth? And once I even to this day, I do that. It's out of habit now. It's like part of me. Anything negative, so to speak, that happens, I immediately bring my awareness back and I ask myself, okay, what is the lesson my soul wants me to learn? And once I get that awareness, sometimes that awareness is enough for me to shift that issue. Sometimes that awareness is enough for me to shift a huge mountain. Other times, I actually need to sit with the emotion. The one thing that Spirit brought to my awareness today that I need to mention is the healing journey. So it's really not a linear or a straight line or straight path in terms of healing. It's actually like a spiral, it's like a circle. So a lot of the times we might think that we are coming back to the same old stuff, the same old block, the same old trauma. Every single time I think that I'm released, I think I've healed it, and I haven't healed it because now I'm dealing with it again. And it's really just your higher self or the universe or God or source allowing you or giving you the opportunity to master that thing in a different way. And so every time it's brought into our reality to face once again, to heal and clear once again, it gives us the opportunity to gain a much greater understanding and step into a much higher level of mastery in terms of that issue. And for me specifically, the one core wound that I had on my journey was fear. I remember suffering from anxiety and panic attacks for years, for years. It got to a point where I couldn't even swallow food. I'd become so thin. I'd lost so much weight. And I remember going to the doctor and telling the doctor that I can't swallow my food. And all the doctors gave me, a silly answer like, oh, you need to have your throat checked, or there might be something in your throat. I didn't believe that because it just didn't sit right with me. And the one doctor I went to, she said to me, Riana, when you watch a sad movie and it feels like you have a lump in your throat, she said, now it's like that with you every day. Every day you sit with that deep sadness or that deep fear, and that is why you cannot swallow food. And immediately I knew that was it. That was it. It was my own anxiety. It was my own grief, my own sadness that I was still, that became a physical thing for me. And I'd sat with fear for many, many, many years. It was very difficult for me. And I'd done so much clearing, so much clearing, so much clearing. But every time it comes back, it comes back, it comes back. And I got to a point where I had reached a level of mastery in terms of overcoming that fear and really seeing the truth about that fear. And I realized that I couldn't release it in one go because it was a core wound, and I needed to master it because it was part of my purpose. And I needed to experience it over and over and over and over so that I could master it in every possible way. And that was very important for me to say today, because I believe that many of us on the path are still struggling with one or two things that just cannot shift. I just cannot go, no matter how much times we scream to God or to the universe, and we cry and we seek out healers and we seek out teachers, and we just cannot shift this thing. We sit with the emotion, we process the emotion, we remove self-judgment, we try and release resistance, we try and surrender. Nothing works. In those cases, most of the time, I'm not going to say in all cases because a lot of it can be shifted in an instant. I am witness to that. But most of the time, especially if you've got a greater responsibility here in terms of your purpose work, in terms of being of service, a lot of the times that core wound is really about you becoming the master or gaining a much greater level of understanding and clarity, and then mastering the self, mastering that thing. And so it's not that it cannot be shifted, it must be shifted. Because remember, beloveds, your future self exists right now and is already living the life that you desire. Your future self already has the health, already has the wealth, already has full embodiment. So it's not a matter of can it shift, will it shift? It has to shift. It's only about you now in this moment processing and moving towards raising your vibration, elevating your vibration towards that moment in time that is already in existence. It's not a matter of when we will ascend. We have already ascended. We have already ascended. We are in this moment right now, where we are just in the process of vibrationally aligning to that moment in time, if that makes sense.
Absolutely. Yes. Thank you. No, that's awesome. And everybody is relating to you and resonating with you. It's like you're speaking everybody's story here, so thank you for that. And the thing is, we're still processing, right? Every day, we're still raising our vibration, we're still raising our frequency, we're still watching our thoughts, we're still, we're still doing all of that. And it's, it's a continual process. But some of us, we're like, oh my God, I'm so tired of processing. I'm so tired of looking at my wounds and healing this and healing that. It's like, when do we, when do we catch up to that future self?
Yeah, and a lot of the time it's we think that it's something else that's preventing us, something on the outside is preventing us from actually healing, but most of the time it's really just us standing in our own way. A lot of what I see is just deep levels of not trusting that where you are is exactly where you need to be right now, of not accepting your situation as if you have chosen it for yourself, getting out of trying to control the outcome, trying to control things because you are in a state of fear, and our inability to completely move into a state of surrender. Surrender is not an easy thing to do. People always ask me, but I try to surrender. I don't know how do I surrender? And it's not a one moment thing. It's an everyday thing, an every moment thing where you need to consciously become aware of your thoughts, consciously see where you are still holding on to any states of resistance, where you are still holding on to trying to control the outcome, where you are still seeking external things or attaining external things in order to make yourself happy. Because the entire journey that we are on is truly about finding ourselves. It's not about the money. It's not about finding the job, the career, the relationship. A lot of people will say once they actually get those things, they still end up searching and they still end up seeking, because what they truly are seeking is just themselves, and to come into union with themselves. That is the ultimate goal of the spiritual journey of truly ascending, is to really come into union with self, get into an embodiment of unconditional love, of compassion, of moving out of self-judgment, self-criticism, accepting where you are now and completely trusting, even if you cannot see the bigger picture, completely trusting and knowing that you are exactly where you need to be and that everything serves you. Every single thing serves you. On my journey, imagine I couldn't even count, honestly, how many times I had been assaulted. I couldn't even count on my fingers. I had lost count. And getting to a point where I could look at my perpetrators or think of them and completely just be in absolute forgiveness and utter love. I remembered after I had woken up, I remembered realizing what kind of childhood my perpetrators must have had for them to actually do that to someone else. And I had so much more compassion, but I also realized that they were also just playing a role that I've chosen to be a part of, that they've chosen to be a part of. And eventually that experiences led me to this point in time where I am now. And I wouldn't change one thing. Of course, it was horrible. Of course, I wouldn't wish it on anyone. But, that was my journey. I've walked it, I've lived it. And I would not be here today with all of you had I not had the life I had. Everything served me. Everything still serves me. And when you can begin to see things from a much higher perspective, that there's a much greater plan here, that this is just one experience, us in this life, that we are living so many other lifetimes in other dimensions, other parallel universes, other universes at this point in time, that we are really eternal. Nothing can truly harm us. We cannot truly die because we are eternal. We are that infinite love, energy, vibration, that really is everything that we experience within the universe at large. That is who you are. And today's mini initiation is really about that, claiming that and allowing that proclamation to sort of propel you to the next level of your embodiment. So that's exciting.
Absolutely. Yes, thank you. Yeah, we are going to be doing a mini initiation a little bit later. But before that, we also want to take some live caller questions, but just be aware that these live caller, these questions are general. So Rihanna's not doing personal readings. So, you know, if you ask like, why is this happening to me? Or when is, or I don't know what you would ask, but like general questions, right? We'll see how that goes. Do you want to take some questions, Rihanna?
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. I would love to.
Okay, so we're going to go to David first. David, you want to unmute yourself? I think it's the first time you're here with us.
I am unmuted.
Yeah.
David.
Perfect. Hi.
Hi, David.
Hi. I relate to a lot of the stuff you say, especially the suffering and why I'm here, what my purpose is. I guess I feel like we're in the last, the last energies of the Mayan calendar and the astrology and stuff, and what our life's purpose is. So I guess my question would be this, I feel I have a connection to the Holy Spirit, and sometimes I feel like it's I've broken it myself because the energy is really, really overwhelming, and I start crying with it, and I don't know how to use the energy that I feel that I have been given. So I would, I guess my question would be how to empower, how to use the power that I feel that I have, and without, to stay out of the ego and know that you're just a conduit and not just the source of the power. I guess that would be my question.
And how often would you say do you experience this, I would say, energy, and it becomes overwhelming for you? How often do you have that experience?
Well, it used to be a lot more. I had a near-death experience where I hit my left side of my head really hard, and I feel like my body came back into my body, and I had the connection to the Holy Spirit was much more difficult. It was much more intense. It would come into the back. I feel it when I ask for the Holy Spirit before the Lord's Prayer in my AA meetings. That's where I really started feeling it. Someone said that I don't feel it so much now because it's actually embodied in me, and that I should be using it more. I'm sober. I don't use any drugs or alcohol or pills or anything, but I still use cannabis. Here's another question: How does cannabis how does cannabis affect my my ability to use it and move with the spirits? And is it a hindrance or possibly an alleviation of some of the energies?
Well, two things. Firstly, um, I don't think there's anything wrong with cannabis, but for you specifically on your journey and the level of embodiment that you are called to embody, um, do not use it on a daily basis. Don't allow it to become a habitual thing, because there's a level of needed where you are needing to be fully grounded in the here and now as you transmit these frequencies through your body, because it's almost as if you are a transmitter of energy. So whether that is when you are in the company of others, whether that is when you are working with clients one-on-one, your superpower, I would say, is the vibration that you hold. When people are in your presence, you are able to shift any blockages, you're able to shift them and elevate them to a higher frequency, a higher octave. But in order for you to be in your power completely, fully in full embodiment, you need to be of conscious mind. You need to be in this dimension right here. What cannabis is doing for you sometimes is that it's keeping you in the upper chakras. It's keeping you in, yes, it allows you to maintain connection with the divine, but it's not allowing you to anchor that connection into the body. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does make sense. I don't work with clients. I'm a handyman, and I work with the earth, and my hands are always in the earth and on plants. So I feel that's part of my work with the earth and Gaia.
Awesome. Beautiful.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you, David.
Thank
for your
you.
question.
Yeah, thank you, David. Okay, so Rebecca, you want to unmute yourself? Oops.
Hey, thank you.
Hi.
Hi there. I so relate to your story. Very similar to me, born into a lot of just a very toxic, abusive, dark lineage. And so what I feel has been happening is that the energies lately have been so intense for me. And I have sort of this community of similarly highly sensitive and empathic friends. And we're all struggling at the same time. And I'm just wondering what we can do to kind of ease whatever this transition or shift is that we're going through so that it's not so painful.
And so are you saying that you and your friends are sort of going through a similar type of experiences in terms of the energies?
Yes.
Okay. Because what I'm seeing is when I'm looking at you and I'm looking you surrounded with friends, I do see it's different levels of transition for each of you. So it's not exactly the same. Different levels of initiation is what I'm seeing specifically for you, an initiation that you are going through. So you will feel the energies intensely because you are transforming. I'm seeing your energetic body literally transforming and becoming lighter. It's almost as if you are in between worlds. It's
That's
like
how it feels.
yeah.
Yeah.
You're in between worlds. You're going back and forth, and you cannot fully how can I say it, sustain or ground. Yeah, let me just see quickly. Okay, let me see it. Okay, your higher self is wanting me to help you here now, if you will allow me to.
Oh, please. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Just take a deep breath in for me. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to anchor and fully ground your energies. And it's almost as if you can picture your feet, even if you were stuck in mud. Just picture your feet as if you were stuck in mud now. Mother Earth, Gaia Sophia. All right, she's just sending this beautiful stream of light codes up and around you. So it's almost encompassing your body now. Just allow yourself to feel this nurturing and supportive energies now. And they're wanting you to know that you are completely safe. You have always been safe. Let go of any fear, any dense emotions, any overwhelm. Releasing that now and know that you are fully encompassed in a beautiful bubble of light, of love, support. There's this beautiful pink hue of light surrounding your field now. And this is really just to cushion the energies, soften the energies for you. The transformation that you're undergoing is quite intense because it's a very big initiation actually that you're going through. And it's funny you're drawn to this call today because you are really about to step into a great level of embodiment after today's call.
Well, you're an answer. You two are an answer to prayer then, because I got up this morning and I said, please, please help me. I can't really describe what I'm going through, but I know you can see it and can feel it. And that's what I've been saying is it does feel like I'm like bouncing up into higher dimensions and time is really weird and just all this like denser, more pain related energies in me are just like being squished out.
Yes. It's a rapid period of growth for you here, and okay, I just there was ISF was saying something now, I completely lost it. Let me just check in again. Yeah, your physical body is still learning to adjust to these new frequencies. And as I said earlier, everything that is not in truth, in alignment with your soul, cannot cross that threshold with you. And that is why you are going through this very deep forms of releasing now. It's also, I must emphasize to you, you must know that it is not permanent, that it is passing, it is transient, it is temporary, it's going to pass, it has to pass. Be compassionate with yourself, do things that make you feel, that bring you joy, but get a lot of grounding as well. Do you have a garden or
I do.
front yard?
I garden a lot every day.
Okay, yes, continue to do that, because it's needed. The energies that are coming through you are quite intense, and they're coming through in heaps. There's a deep level of embodiment here for you, and you are needing to ground. Singing as well. Find time to sing. Find time
That's
to sing.
great. Rebecca, do you sing?
I love to sing, but I don't
Awesome.
think of myself as a good singer.
That's okay. Just do it. It's okay. Just do it.
Yeah, just do it.
It doesn't matter. Wonderful. So
Thank you, Rebecca.
keep going at it,
Oh my,
Rebecca.
that was so amazing. Thank you so much.
You're very
so
welcome.
Thank you, Rebecca. Whew, wow. All right. So, Destiny, you want to unmute yourself?
Hello.
Hi.
Hi,
Hello.
Alora. Hi, Rihanna. Wow.
Hi.
Wow. What Rebecca just said sounds like exactly what I'm going through.
Yeah, a lot of you on the call and a lot of you in the replay will have very, very similar things. And so as we're releasing today, we're not only releasing for one specific person, we're releasing for a lot of you. So know that you are here in absolute divine order.
I'm dealing with ancestral lineage, past life, and karmic issues that I feel are all contributing to my pain body. And it feels
what
like
are your specific symptoms, or what are you experiencing?
well, I'm dealing with definite ancestral stuff that I'm clearing my ancestral lineage, but I'm also having past life issues. And
that's not the question. Like, what specifically are you experiencing, Destiny? The symptom.
I'm dealing with an ancestral attachment and a lot of ego, like a lot of ego, negative ego right now.
Your negative ego? Are you referring to yourself?
Yeah.
Okay. In terms of how does that appear? How does that appear for you on a day-to-day basis when you refer to your ego?
Like I'm actually hearing all of these fear-based thoughts, feeling all of these negative thoughts, energies, thought forms, that all just keep coming and keep coming.
Okay. Let me check in. Okay, I'm being guided to clear them now. Okay. Okay. Close your eyes for me. Just take a deep breath. I'm just gonna release any entities, any attachments, any negative thought forms in and around your field, multidimensionally now as well. So wherever they exist, I want you to also, as you move forward, I want you to release any conscious, become aware of your conscious thinking, how you're feeding them, because I'm being told that you are holding on to past experiences as well. It's almost like you are reliving past experiences in your mind, and this is perpetuating these energies. Yes. So focus on how you are still keeping those past experiences in the now moment, and just become aware of them. And when you become aware of them, you can no longer be in that emotion. So become the omni observer of what you are thinking, if that makes sense. I'm just going to go in and just clear them now. So just take another deep breath for me. And when you exhale, expand your aura out as far as possible. Imagine it encompassing the entire earth, the entire world. Here we go. Okay. Okay, I'm just going to command that any lower dense negative vibrations, energies, dense entities or attachments to be released. completely released back to source now. It's no longer needed. Ooh, there they go. Okay, you might feel a little bit of pressure. I'm seeing on the lower back or the back area now. It's bringing in this beautiful light code now. It's a beautiful electric blue light. There we go. There we go. And if you will, just wiggle your arms or your shoulders and just loosen up a little bit. There we go. There we go. Just clear. All right, there we go. I'm just going to cocoon your energy, your energy field now, almost in a bubble or a beautiful sphere of light around your field now for protection. And just to allow you to keep and maintain your energies, sustain or maintain your field, allowing it to remain pristine. You've got two beautiful angels stepping behind you now, one on each side. And this just symbolizes the amount of protection that you have now. You can call on them whenever you feel the need. Two beautiful angels on both sides, watching over you.
Thank you. It feels like I get fed. I get fed a lot of information. Like something is.
Sorry, can you say that again?
We lost you, Angela. I mean, not Angela, Destiny. Sorry. We can't hear you, Destiny.
I think the energies are too high.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so just be with the energies, be with those angels, and continue to allow it to continue the process.
I'm sorry, I got muted. Are you there?
Yeah, we're here.
Wow. It's almost like something keeps feeding me the past. Like something keeps feeding those energies to me. It's not me. Like, because I'm aware that all of these thought forms that are getting sent to me they don't resonate with how I want to be.
Yeah.
But there's something that keeps sending them.
Yeah. There's a level of sovereignty that is needing to be claimed. It's almost as if you have given some of your power away because of the fear that you've been holding. If you are thinking of taking out the package, package A, declaration of sovereignty, will really help you in claiming and declaring your sovereignty and taking back your power again. Okay.
And also stay and wait for the mini initiation that we're going to do shortly.
Yes. Yes. Thank you, my dear.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Good.
Thank you, Lara.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, Linda, I know you probably have a short question.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Riana, thank you very much.
Hi.
And usually I'm pretty stable with everything, but last night as I got up, my whole right ankle just twisted underneath me and made me fall. And I don't know what's going on with that because that's been stable for a long time. So I don't know. It just felt like the world had pulled itself up from underneath me.
And have you had ankle issues before?
Yes, but not for like 25, 30 years.
Okay. Let me just tap in here quickly. I'm gonna see what this is. Okay, I'm giggling because I'm hearing that it's actually in preparation for today. There is a genealogical ancestral issue that you are going to be releasing on today's call in the process. And the reason why it sort of came up yesterday is because it's sort of coming up to the surface, or it's manifesting itself in preparation for releasing. I am seeing that as going back 15 generations ago. So it is something it's an emotion that you are not only releasing for yourself, but you are releasing on behalf of so many ancestors that have gone before you and so many others that will come after you. There's a deep level of responsibility that you have in releasing this emotion. So if you are looking to work with me, we can definitely go much deeper into that and releasing that for you. But I do see that the purpose of that happening last night was actually for you to release it today, in today's mini initiation. So if you want to go deeper in anything else, you are welcome to come and work with me. But I believe the process will definitely help with that. It is a generational thing that I'm seeing for you.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
I appreciate it.
Thank you, Linda. All right, everyone. So Rihanna, we know that the process is going to be at least 15 minutes, and I want to take a few minutes and talk about the package. You briefly talked about it, but not really. So I want to talk about that a little bit. So for those of you, let's see, who are interested in it, it's available at alara.at/show/Rihanna5, and I'm going to put the link in the chat. So there are two packages, package A and package B. And basically package B is a session with Rihanna plus everything in package A. So in package A, there's a lot of stuff.
Yep, there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of bonuses there.
Yeah, there's a lot of bonuses plus the program, the Seraphim Order program.
Yes, yes. Would you want me to go through that?
Sure, just just mostly the codes, the initiation codes,
Yes.
but yeah,
Yes.
there's so much stuff here. I love it.
Okay, all right. So the Seraphim Order program, it consists of 6 source codes, source code 1 to 6. Just going to briefly go through each code so you have an idea of what to expect. Let me just see. So the first source code is really just an attunement to the Seraphim frequency. When I experienced had my encounter with these angelic beings, I had never up until that point experienced such a powerful energy. It's almost overwhelming. And so it is a frequency that needs to be adjusted to, it needs to be attuned to. And so the first code is really about attuning to that energy in preparation for the releasing and the healing of your blockages and traumas in the following source codes. Let me just see. I'm forgetting what the source codes are.
I can help you out with that. So the first one is the initiation, the I am. The second one is the I am divine and sovereign. At level 2.
Yes. Okay, it's coming back. Okay. So the first code is called I am. So it's attuning you to the I am presence, really, just to the source frequency. Level 2 is I am divine and sovereign. And this deals with healing your physical and emotional pain bodies. So anything that's manifested in the physical, any emotional blockages, issues, this will be released or removed during the source code. In each code, we will also receive a blessing from a seraph. So from one of the Seraphim angels. In source code 2, you receive a blessing from the seraph of purity. Source code 3 is I am the embodiment of truth. This one is focused on releasing subconscious limiting beliefs. So anywhere in your subconscious mind on a multidimensional level, any beliefs that you are holding on to that does not serve you, that is not in alignment with the truth of your soul, this is focused on releasing that. And you will also receive a blessing from the seraph of truth. The next source code, I am a keeper of divine wisdom and knowledge. This is source code 4. This deals with sacred geometry. So this is really about releasing any karmic bounds throughout all lifetimes. You also receive 3 sacred geometric symbols being placed in your field. Archangel Metatron steps forward here and he assists with this. You also receive a blessing from the seraph of wisdom. Any gifts and abilities that are specific to you, might also be downloaded and gifted to you here through this source code. The next one is I Am Abundant, source code 5. This is focused on miracle manifestation. This assists with any desires that you might have in your vortex of creation. And it really assists you to begin to speak and command miracles. It aligns you to that miracle frequency, to that frequency of abundance and prosperity. Here you will also receive a blessing from the Seraph of Blessings. The next and final source code is I Am Creator. This source code is basically where you enter the temple of the Seraphim. And in order for you to enter the temple, you need to completely be purified by the time you enter the temple here. This initiation basically, the Seraphim gifts you or downloads to you your golden light body. And what your golden light body is all of your lifetimes of mastery being downloaded to you here. This is in an initiation basically into your individual self-mastery. I will also mention that the Seraphim are known for ordaining beings into becoming ascended masters. So thousands of years ago, this program or these codes was used in assisting beings on the ascension journey, but predominantly helping those beings in becoming ascended masters. So that speaks to the level of power and the level of transformation that exists within these codes. Then there's a lot of bonuses. Then you get a Seraphim Angelic Light Language transmission, which you can use on a daily basis. You get a PDF copy of my book. You get private VIP access, lifetime access to my Facebook group. You get 6 mandalas, which you can use on your phone as a wallpaper or screensaver. What else do you get here? I can't remember. And you get a workbook, and you get another short course that I've created, which is focused on bringing all fractured aspects of yourself back into wholeness again. It's called Integrating to Wholeness. You also get that with the package A. And then, as Alara said, package B includes all of package A plus a 30-minute personal session with me where we can go deeper into any aspect of your journey, whether it's a core wound, whether it's wanting to know your soul's origins, whether it's just receiving messages from your divine self, your next steps. A lot of the times people that come to work with me, they usually find me because they are ready for the next step in embodiment. A lot of the people that find me are actually masters that are here to fully claim their sovereignty. And so that means that when you find me in a session, that means you've got a much greater level of responsibility in terms of the work you are here to do. And so that session can be used in any way, but a lot of the times it's also, it can be another initiation that's going to propel you to the next step or to the next level of your purpose work. I think that's about it.
I think the only thing that we missed was the 21 days of remote healing.
Oh, yes. Sorry. And you get 21 days of Seraphim remote healing, meaning that from the day that you purchase the package, up to 21 days, you are literally being held in a beautiful container of absolute healing and love, where through the 21 days, you're sort of going through a 21-day transformation, literally inside out. You'll be working very intensively with these energies, with the angelic beings, the Seraphim. You will be working with them very intimately, meaning that they will be there with you for that entire 21 days, assisting you with releasing anything that needs to shift, obviously in accordance with your higher self. What else?
That's great.
Yeah.
That's a full package. There's, like I said, there's so much here that's available. How can the you were talking about the mandalas. They're not just mandalas. They're attuned,
Yes.
high frequency mandalas. Do you want to talk a little bit about that for just a second?
Yes, so they are energy infused. So meaning that whether you keep them on your phone as a wallpaper or screensaver, when you look at them, they emit these a frequency. Each one has a different frequency attuned to it. I can't remember all of them right now, but you should see it somewhere in the package when you get the package. So you can decide, for example, to use one of them, and immediately it will shift your vibrational state to align to that frequency within the mandala. It's almost a nice attunement, a short mini attunement for you any day, every day, whenever you decide to use it. It really, really does shift your, I mean, just waking up, just think about waking up in the morning, you wake up on the wrong side of the bed and you don't feel that great, or you feel depressed, or you feel overwhelmed, or you feel like you don't feel for this day, you don't want to get through this day. You can use one of those mandalas, meditate on it, look at it, have it next to you on your phone. It doesn't matter. Allow that frequency. It's going to shift you and shift your vibration. You'll immediately feel the shift from overwhelmed, unhappy to a much peaceful or joyous state.
Beautiful. Yeah, thank you. And they are beautiful. I have to admit, they're really, really pretty. I really like them a lot. Can the mandalas be printed out in black and white?
Absolutely. You can do whatever you want to do with them. They just compacted in that format because most people use phones, these devices. But you can definitely print them out. If you are unable to, you're welcome to reach out to me, and we can put it in some format for you that you are able to print it out.
Beautiful. Thank you. Good. All right. So there's a lot of stuff in the package to assist you, to uplift you, to attune you to. And I have to say, when I started listening to the source codes, the Seraphim codes, I remember the first time I listened to it, I think the first couple, I just like fell asleep, so it's like, I didn't hear the whole thing. Right?
That's like, normal.
Yeah, it's totally normal. So like, yeah, I don't know what happened, but it's like, it feels great. So I was like, that's okay, right? So it's okay. So I need to go back and still listen to the 5th and 6th one, so which I might do one of those tonight. We'll see. Why not? Yeah.
Whenever you divinely do it, everything is in divine order.
Yeah, absolutely. But you were saying how like each of the codes is like the first 7, like the 7 years of your life, the next 7, and the next 7. So I can see how or why I stopped at a certain point.
Yes. There's no coincidence. Definitely, everything happens when it needs to happen.
Yeah,
definitely.
and I have been going through a lot of processing for the past couple of months. I mean, there's no question, everybody knows this, like a lot of stuff has been going on, a lot of stuff has been coming up, a lot of stuff's been releasing. Like there's been somebody just emailed me and told me that she said, I see a huge shift in your frequency from like a couple of months ago to now. It's like, yeah, of course, because like, it's been a rebirthing, not just for my husband, but also for myself. So absolutely, there's been a lot of change, right? So
absolutely.
All right, so I want to do the mini initiation, because I know it's going to take a few minutes, but so let's do that, and then we'll have a few more minutes left at the end for people to share, what their experience was with the initiation, etc. Right?
Absolutely, perfect. Okay, here we go. All right, so I'm just going to invite everyone to just if you will, close your eyes and just get into a receiving mode. Come into stillness with me. All of us here in this beautiful container, coming into communion with one another. And just take a beautiful deep breath in, just allowing your body to sink into itself. And as you are doing that, I'm going to open up the portal above all of you, above the top of your crown. So you might feel just a surge or a wave of energy coming through. And this portal is a portal to divine cosmic intelligence. And wherever you are, I invite you to place your hand on your heart to center and ground your energy so that the natural rhythm of your heart becomes your grounding rod, becomes your equilibrium, it becomes your pathway home to your own soul and your own sovereign divinity. Just allow yourself to now relax into your beautiful sacred body, releasing now any and all resistance. I'm going to command that everyone listening to this and everyone that will listen to this on the replay is absolutely fully grounded and anchored into the crystalline grid and core of Mother Earth now. I'm also going to command that everyone is fully encompassed with their divine light, calling upon all of your higher selves now to step forward and to step into your body now, fully anchored, fully integrated. Here we go. Here we go. Beloveds, I invite you to begin letting go of any heaviness that you might have been feeling today or yesterday or the past week or the past months. Many of you are at stages on your journey where you feel you have tried everything, you have toiled, you have worked hard. And for some of you, you feel that you have not made any progress. For some of you, you might feel stuck. For some of you, you might feel absolute grief and sadness for where you are in your life at this moment. But I say to you today, beloveds, that you do not need to fear. Do not be burdened, because these things are temporary. They are transient, they are passing. And with your intention today, will and can be released. Still your mind. Still your mind until there are no thoughts. Focusing fully on that slight vibration within the very core of your body. And just paying attention to that. And any way that you feel yourself opening up in new and expansive ways. Beloveds, I ask you now to take another deep breath in. And when you exhale, exhale out of your heart space. The front, the back, and the sides of the chest, of the heart. Moving into a more heart-centered space. Allowing this wave of energies of relaxation to go through your body, to ripple through your body now. And now I'm just going to activate a beautiful, strong Merkaba light body around you to define your sovereign vortex of creation and to allow your space to remain pristine. I'm welcoming in only energies that are in absolute resonance and harmony and accord with your higher self, with source, and with the truth of your essence. Okay, this just allowing this spinning vortex now to completely encompass you now, and it's beginning to spin frequencies and codes powerfully now into your field. I'm going to open up your chakras now. Here we go. Opening up your energy centers wide now to receive these light codes and the light of pure source. And at the deepest levels of your being, all the way down to your cellular structures now, integrating these codes within every cell, every cell membrane, every atom, every particle, every peptide, all dimensions of your energy, your biomorphic field, your cellular DNA, your genetics, your epigenetics, opening you up physically, mentally, emotionally to receive these light codes fully now. And I'm going to just tap in and strengthen your aura and your spine, your heart line, the heart line which connects you through your central channel all the way up to infinite cosmic intelligence now. Beloveds, I'm going to guide you to a space, to the space where Source resides, where the God of all creation resides. And this is the place in the multiverse where there's no form, there's only light and nothing. The realm of pure creation. So allow yourself now to take a little journey, all of us together. And you're going to feel almost as if you are lifting up. You are beginning to ascend upward. And you will go faster, faster than the speed of light now. And you're going to come to the very edge of the universe. And you're going to start traveling through different tiers of light, different worlds of light. There we go. I'm going to go through the fourth plane, the fourth dimension now. I'm going through the fifth dimension. Lifting up even higher. We're going through the sixth plane now. And this is where the laws of form are governed from. And just travel right through the realm of form. Go straight past it now. Go into the seventh. There we go. Through the eighth. Going through the ninth. Just feel yourself adjusting to these new frequencies now. The 10th. The 11th. Going through. Now just visualize a door of light that's opening up for you now. And just fly through this door of light and fly into an ocean of light now. And you may start to feel your skin begin to tingle, or the cells in your body begin to move. You may start to feel lighter, or you may start to feel electrons in your body begin to orbit faster. Just feel yourself fully immersed in this ocean of light. Dissolve into that light. Become, beloveds, become that light now. This is the place and space where everything makes sense. There's nothing but divine love here. And in front of all of you now, you'll see a portal of light. A portal of light spinning in front of you now. I want you to step into that portal of light now. Oh, there we go. There we go. Many of you are beginning to be initiated, refined, and restored now. And this is going to help you operate on the next level of your embodiment. I'm seeing pineal activation. Many of you are receiving upgrades to your DNA. For some of you, I'm seeing a releasing of grief and sadness from the back of the heart. Oh, there we go. Here we go. ancestral blockages, beliefs I'm seeing within the mental mind now being released. This is linked to fear. Allow yourself to surrender even more now, beloved. Surrender even more, as if you have never surrendered before. Let go of all that no longer serves you in this very moment. As you are being initiated, you are being refined, you are being restored. Beloveds, I now invite you in this now moment to connect with these energies of enlightenment. As your body and your spirit receives a cleanse of light now, this cleanse of light is going to flush throughout your entire body, flushing out any outdated beliefs and feelings, cellular memories that no longer serve you. In this moment, as you are receiving, you are reminded of the truth and the fullness of who you are as creator, as God embodied in form. It is time, beloveds, it is time for you to step up into the true embodiment of your soul, of your light. And so I pose the following question. Beloveds, are you willing to align yourself to the possibility of recreating yourself anew to the highest light of consciousness? Are you ready, beloveds, to truly surrender everything that is untrue? Are you willing to truly commit to yourself through self-love, through self-compassion, through self-transformation? Beloveds, are you ready to claim the fullness of who you are in this very moment? If you affirmed yes, you set into motion the passage of energy release that is required to bring this into manifestation. And so now I'm going to align the time portals and create a time portal where you can receive so much in this very moment. And in this time portal, you will be receiving far more than you can ever receive in any one given moment. I'm going to activate the light codes of remembrance and of knowing now, of healing within the tapestry of your being now, in every single cell, atom, light body, chakra, and organ now, that you may have everything you need to fulfill your divine plan. Oh, streams upon streams of golden light now begin to cleanse and encompass you now. There we go. There we go. Oh, there we go. That looks beautiful, beautiful. And as much as you could have received, beloved, you have. But there will be more taking place for you. And you will receive more over the next few days, over the next coming while, as your path is accelerated now. And as you awaken fully now, embodying more of your divine light, beloveds, you are being blessed with the gift of divine knowing. Feel the resonance of who this is that is standing in your shoes. Feel the resonance of who this is that is peering through your eyes right now. And so it is done, beloveds. It is done. In gratitude for your presence, you are blessed. And so just allow yourself now, beloveds, to come back into your body, fully anchored in to the physical vessel now. And you can open your eyes when you're ready. The initiation is complete. Ooh, thank you, Alara. Thank you, everybody.
Wow, thank you. That was awesome. It was amazing. Holy smokes. That's what I gotta say. Holy smokes. How is everybody doing? You might want to, take a few deep breaths, drink some water. But yes, thank you, Rihanna. That was amazing.
Oh, yes, please drink lots of water.
Yeah. Right. So if you want to write in the chat how you're doing, how that was for you. Pat says, thank you. Good, Pat. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you enjoyed that. You were willing to receive. That's awesome. And you're going to continue to receive, like Rihanna said, for the next couple of days, next little while. So, just keep letting go, keep releasing, right? Sherry says, wow, amazing. Rebecca says, utterly magnificent. Pat says, pulsating, spinning, white light. Nice. Mary said, that was so beautiful and so complete. Thank you.
Oh.
Right? Some of you are going to have a really good night's sleep tonight. Again, I'm telling you.
Yes, absolutely. I think I'm going to have a good night's sleep tonight.
Yeah, right? I know, right? Same here. Yeah. I might actually go to bed early for once and, really just, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. But that was awesome. Wow. I'm just trying to remember. I can't even remember everything that we did, that we processed, that we experienced. But yeah, so I'm not taking any questions. So for those of you who have your hand raised, if you want to state a comment about your experience, great. If you have a question, I'm not taking questions now because I want you to stay in the energy of what you just experienced. Okay, because it's like we released a lot during the process. Okay, so
Yep.
don't bring any questions now. Just experience the transformation, experience the change, right?
Absolutely, definitely. Stay in that bubble of absolute trust and absolute surrender.
Yeah, exactly.
Just stay here and really just allow it to encompass you completely.
Rebecca, go ahead. You want to unmute yourself?
Yes. I'm just absolutely blown away. How you described what I was going through was so eloquent, and it's what I had been trying to say to people, how it had been feeling, and I cried out for help.
And how are you feeling now, Rebecca? Don't go back into the story. How are you feeling now?
Yeah. I feel blah, 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 amazing. I've got just tingling all over the top and back of my head, down my right arm. I feel relief. I released what just felt like lifetimes of grief and anguish, just like left.
Awesome. Yeah.
I just wanted to say, like, I am so grateful and to you guys and the community and the angels and guides, because I asked specifically for help and boom,
you got it.
You are the creator. You are the creator. It's time to claim it. It's time to claim it every day, because that is who you are. Don't limit yourself to small notions, to labels, to the past. Stay in that resonance. Bring your awareness back to that every single day. And I promise you, it will become a habit, it will become an embodiment, a full embodiment, something that you can sustain on a daily basis. So continue to do that, my dear.
Thank you. Yes.
Thank you, Rebecca.
Thank you.
And I was gonna say at the end, Rihanna, what you said at the end is like you asked who is standing in your shoes, who is peering out of your eyes, who's looking out of your eyes, right? That was so powerful, right? And if we can remember that, who is that that's standing in your shoes? Who is that standing in your feet? Who is that looking out of your eyes? It's source, it's creator, it's God, it's the magnificence that you are. That's who you are.
Absolutely. It's really about coming to that awareness every single day and claiming that, and you will elevate yourselves in ways that you cannot even comprehend. I am a living embodiment of that now. I did that for myself through my experiences, and so can you. It's just feel the resonance of that when you really think about who this is that is truly standing in your shoes. It's powerful. It's powerful to comprehend.
Yeah, it's so amazing. Amanda says my skeleton became crystal light. Awesome, good. Sherry says yes, made me cry, and crying is releasing. Crying is releasing, but it's also sometimes that acknowledgement and recognition and remembrance of who you are, right?
Absolutely.
So yeah, if you want more of this, trust me, if you want more of this, it's in the package. So you definitely want to get the package. If you would like to work with Riana more, you can get package A or package B if you'd like to actually have a personal session with Riana as well. But this was awesome, and I highly recommend either package A or B, but I highly recommend it because, like I said, I went through the MP3s myself because I bought them myself originally. So it's like, yes, I get all the stuff, but I actually bought this earlier because I was like, I resonated so much with Riana. It's like, oh, I really want to get to know her energy. I really want to, just see what the order program is. It's like, oh yeah, I got to get it. So just, it's like, you do you, but I'm just saying, I highly recommend it. Anna Ross says, thank you, beloved Riana. I went to Yeshua. Nice. He was speaking your words. He did the initiation for me. I'm so grateful. Oh my goodness, that's so beautiful.
Beautiful. Yes, I love it.
Yeah, and Mary says, and honestly, that actually makes us one. Absolutely, one source looking out of all of our eyes. Yes, absolutely,
Yes,
we are all one. Yeah, thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Thank you so much, Pat. Yeah, this was awesome. Any last words of wisdom for us, Riana? This was so, I loved it. I knew I would.
The only thing I have left to say is, all of you on this call, all of you listening to the replay, are here for a very divine reason. You are called to this call specifically because you are truly ready to step into that level of mastery that you have chosen to be a part of. This initiation, I'm seeing that it is going to catapult you. It's going to propel a lot of you to a much higher level of embodiment specific to each of you. If I'm looking at all of your energetic centers now, so completely expanded, so light. It looks like stardust or crystalline, encompassing all of your auras now. Absolutely beautiful. Bring your awareness back to this every single day in remembering, in claiming that truth of who you are, and really step into that embodiment of self-mastery. No one can do that for you, by the way. You're the only one that can fully step over the threshold.
Absolutely.
So go do that. Thank you, everyone.
No, this was awesome. So Anna Ross says, I highly recommend the package as well. Anne says, I had to lay down to receive the energy transmission. Yay, good for you. If I could have, I would have too, but there's no bed right here. Phone number ending in 454. Is there something you want to add? Or you want to say thanks? Or I'm not taking any questions now. So if you have a comment about the initiation or the call, awesome. Hello? No, maybe you just got unmuted by accident. That's possible too. No worries. But yeah, if next time you listen to the replay, if you want to lie down for the transmission, I would highly recommend that too. You'll go deeper. You'll be able to receive more and with more ease, right? So David, was there anything you wanted to say?
I was trying to chat and just share with you that I adopted a dog a couple months ago, a big Newfoundland lab, and he came in during the meditation and he received, it was really cute, his reaction. So I just wanted to share that you my dog back in as well. So.
Oh, nice.
Wow, beautiful.
Thank you. Oh.
Oh, Ian.
Nice.
Oh.
Thank you.
Lovely energy your dog had. What's his name?
His name is Samson.
Samson.
Oh.
Nice. Beautiful.
Great dog, and he was very wild, and I am trying to tame him back to the civilization. So
good luck with that. I don't know if you all heard my dog barking during the call, but I was like, what is he doing? It's like I kept looking over. It's like, why is he barking? What does he want? It's like, mommy's busy. I can't do anything right now. Yeah, awesome, great, thank you. So Rihanna, yes, thank you so much. This was awesome. This was amazing. Karen says, thanks so much for that activation. It was so powerful. Absolutely it was. Please listen to it again, watch it again, get the packages. One of the packages, package A or B, which is available at alara.at/show/Rihanna5. So please do gift yourself that change, that upgrade, that initiation. You deserve it. So yeah, thank you so much, everyone. Thank you everyone for all of your comments, your feedback, your questions. This has been awesome. And thank you again, Rihanna. I just absolutely love this conversation. We resonate so much. It's like we are definitely soul sisters.
Definitely. Thank you so much for having me. It was an absolute honor. Absolutely. I'm so happy and so thankful.
Thank you, everyone. And thank you, Rihanna. I know it's late for you too. So until next time, everyone, may you continue to be blessed with an abundance of joy, peace, love, happiness, prosperity, and radiant health. Sending you all much love and blessings always. Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.